Inside the Case by Stephen Spender. This note I prepared while I was in MA in Patna University. The artist should transform the society. The most we can expect to see art realize in our surroundings. It is a struggle between utility and uselessness. The reason why poets adore ruins may be that destruction celebrates the triumph of useless over the useful. The useless is that aspect of architecture which is like a mirror where the eyes of the dead still see their delight reflected. In towns where the dead and the unborn are omitted, there are simply buildings and thoroughfares used by contemporaries. Utility seems inhuman even to the users, perhaps as the result of a human defect which makes us ungrateful of that which we use. The inhabitants of modern industrial cities have a look of complete expressionlessness, of disregard for their surroundings when they walk through streets or go on buses and trains. If they look, it is for a particular purpose and not in a secret relation with its past and future. Architecture and most other applied arts expresses the tension of the aesthetic against the useful. Until the late 18th century, the idea of transformation had a central place in life. The art which transformed buildings, ceremonies, tragic or comic experience drew inspiration from the belief that all humanity was involved in a struggle to attain divine or ideal forms. Art is a Hindu temple in which many gods are present. Suspension of disbelief enables a reader to enter into the spirit of a belief. Progress decreased pain and increased happiness. The most useful city would also be the most beautiful city. Functionalism become the Philistinism of the people. Functionalism means vyavharikta. Philistinism means a materialistic attitude accompanied by ignorance of artistic or cultural matters, a desire for wealth and material possessions with little interest in ethical or spiritual matters. progress decreased pain and increased happiness, the most useful city would also be the most beautiful city. Functionalism become the Philistinism of the people. The work of art is not more than a well done job. The poets have rejected the idea of progress at the beginning of the 19th century. The poet finds himself imprisoned. At the beginning of the 19th century, the poets find himself imprisoned. Religion became a thing of past. Utility become the religious become the religion. We now find poets accepting the idea that the imagination has no autonomy, is completely conditioned by circumstances. The unconditioned center is where the imagination has power to influence people to transform the outward forms of things. The center is conditioned when imagination is vanished into an individual solitude, shut off from any knowledge of reality outside man's own nature. Richards thinks that poetry will not pass away. Indeed, it has a chance of tremendous renewal if poet accepts the situation and do not cling to means to hold on tightly, chipakna jude रहना, cling to the defunct magical view. He regards the poet as a sensitive and perceptive experiencer of the changing human situation who is able to create within his work the pattern of a new order which other men may learn from. Poets always refuse to accept. The Wasteland is a poem. The severance from belief is complete. The picture which Richards gives of the poet devoted entirely to creating order amongst purely human complexities locks poetry completely within psychology or and bars it out from contact with any spiritual purpose in the universe outside humanity. The poet is to project patterns of experience in which man is outside everything but himself. Man is expelled from God and the past by the contemporary state of scientific knowledge. The things possible to him is to make statements purporting to deal with facts. But whereas in the past poets believed that some of their intuitions of immortality, an invisible world, and a moral order based on a metaphysical one could result in statements which could be set beside other evidential truths. But because poetry is severed from beliefs to be regarded as statements describing metaphorically some aspect of the human situation having nothing to do with the world of facts. Functionalism means that theory that all aspects of a society serve a function and are necessary for the survival of that society. Purport is verb that means to give the impression of being something. Savior, SEVER, savior means to cut something into two pieces. His hand was severed from his arm. Second meaning is to completely end a relationship or all communication with somebody. The two countries have severed all diplomatic links. Severance is a noun, singular, uncountable, means the act of ending a connection or relationship. Architecture means Vastukala, the study of designing and making buildings, the art and technique of designing and making buildings. Ungrateful means not feeling or showing thanks to somebody. Defunct मतलब मृत, लाइफलेस, नो लॉन्गर existing एडजेक्टिव है. Please share and give comments.